Alright guys, before we get into this video, I want to talk to you about Futtrading.co.uk. It's a website run by myself and V273 where we help you guys to make millions of coins on FIFA every single month. I know you guys mentioned that I talk about it a lot in my videos, but the reason for that is the website helps allow us both to be full-time, and it means I'm able to bring out 3, sometimes 4 videos a day on YouTube because I can pay for an editor and give those who can't afford the website as many trading tips as I possibly can do. £10 a month gets you access to Tier 1, which gives you buying and selling prices for silver cards, special cards, icons and Thursday flips. Tier 2 is £15 a month. It includes all of Tier 1 and access to live filters, our ChemStar area, which is extremely effective right now. Hundreds of thousands of coins being made every day from there. And our fluctuation area where we monitor the market for lows and highs, allowing you to make as much coins as possible. So make sure you check it out. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe down below. We're on the road to 18,000 subscribers now. Again, we've gained 4,000 subscribers in less than a month, which is utterly incredible. So thank you very much for that. But big announcement from me. You guys know that I stream normally on Twitch at 5:30. That continues, nothing changes. But I am now coming over to YouTube to stream at 9:30 every morning as well. So that means you get a stream on YouTube in the morning at 9:30. You get a stream on Twitch every evening at 5:30 and 3 videos a day. So make sure you check it out. The first stream will be tomorrow morning, Monday at 9:30 a.m., not p.m., a.m. on YouTube. Again, essentially, in the 5:30 streams on Twitch, I tend to do my buying, my selling and stuff like that. And then my 9:30s will be me selling any investments that I've got, making coins, answering your questions, and recording videos for later in the day. So make sure you get involved in that. Like I say as well, 3 videos a day on this channel. Morning upload is usually League SBC Methods of Glory, me showing you how to craft packs and players and all that good stuff. This video, the evening video, is a trading video, teaching you guys how to make coins on this game without having to spend your money on FIFA points. And then the midnight upload is usually pack content or whatever it is that EA have released. With that in mind, this video is all about Squad Battle rewards. Make sure whatever you do, you smash the like button. 150 likes should be more than doable for us by now. You guys have been insane, so I appreciate it. But Squad Battle rewards are, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways to make coins on this game. Because all it requires is you to know what the market is doing pre-Squad Battle rewards and know roughly what it's doing post-Squad Battle rewards and thinking about future content. So we're going to go over a few things that you guys can be looking at tonight and what I'm going to be doing tonight. So as you guys know on the channel, we're doing a trading from 1 to 5 million. We're on 3 million right now. And it's what I'm going to do, probably quite a bit of mass investing that I'm going to do tonight in terms of making coins to flip on tomorrow. The thing about Squad Battle rewards is it comes with weekend league sell-off as well. So the market does tend to take quite a heavy dip from Sunday into Monday before then slowly rising throughout the week. But there are 3 or 4 really, really good ways that you can go about making coins without having to have too much knowledge of what the market is doing. And they're relatively safe investments. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to start by talking about fodder. I will be right back. Alright guys, so here we are on the FIFA transfer market. And those of you that are used to watching my videos know that I use certain players to mark where fodder is on the market right now. And one of the main players I use for that is Cesar Azpilicueta. Now right now on the market, he's extremely high. He's 12,500 coins. There might be some undercuts here. Slight undercuts, but about 12,500 coins on average. That's very high for him. Normally he's about 10,000 coins at max. He's steadily come up bit by bit. Reason for that is you've got things like McTominay, Milner, Higuain, he's an 84 rated squad, he's in that. When you get good value SBCs like that, fodder tends to spike quite heavily. Now, what does that bring us? It brings us risk because fodder's already very high, and I would not normally advise investing into fodder when it is this high. But if we're talking about fodder as in terms of a quick flip, this is a really good place to start. Whenever we get rewards, fodder is then mass applied onto the market. So basically, let's say Tom, Dick and Harry open up their Squad Battle rewards. They might list up their Azpilicueta, see what he's selling for, an undercut. Or they might just list them up as a lazy buy with a 700 coin start price and the 15,000 coin price range he's got. It allows us, when Squad Battle rewards come out between midnight tonight and 9 PM, to bid and snipe these cards at a much lower rate than they're going for currently. Now, having someone like Higuain on the game, or any sort of decent value SBC like that, even the icon SBCs to some degree, means that fodder will maintain a minimum sort of price. Azpilicueta has been in and around 10,000 coins, 11,000 coins for quite a few days now, maybe over a week now. He's sat quite heavily at that price because there's a reason for the fodder to be demanded. Now, does that mean we go in and buy him at 10, 11,000 coins tonight? Probably not. You're looking for lower than that. But it also means that when you're looking at these cards, you've got to think next week, what is coming? So Team of the Year is on the way on Friday, and EA are going to do stuff this week to try and coin sink people's clubs. They're going to want to try and take as much fodder, as many cards out of your club as possible, so that when Team of the Year comes round, you feel obliged to spend FIFA points to get involved in that promo. So I can guarantee you there will be some form of SBC this week that requires fodder, requires gold cards, rare cards, all that sort of stuff. The reason I like 84 rated cards when it comes to fodder investing is simplistically they tend to fit what EA have required for most SBCs this year. If you look at Tavernier, for example, it's an 85 rated squad and I believe an 83 rated squad. 84 rated players sit perfectly in between that because you can put a load of 85s in your team and a couple of 84s. In your 83 rated team, you can stick a couple of 84s in there and then get a couple of 82s. 84s are where I've really liked it this year. 85s do quite well as well. But someone like Azpilicueta there, for example, right now sitting about 12,500 coins on the market. Now, when we get supply tonight, if I show you now his price, like the max price here, for example, there are very few of these cards here on bids. Very few Azpilicuetas sitting chilling on bids because there's no real supply at the moment. It's midday on Sunday. Everyone's playing Foot Champs. No one's really opening up packs. Where you really need to check your prices on these cards is going to be somewhere in the region of about 6, 7 p.m. tonight. When there's more people in the game, see if Azpilicueta comes down or goes up. You need to have your prices as accurate as possible. And do not all just go out and invest in Azpilicueta. You will screw yourselves over. Look at players like Koke, Munayin, Saul. Who else do I think of here? Callejon. Those sort of players are the ones you want to look at. 84 rated, 83 rated, 85 rated. If you're not sure, go and look on Futbin at 83, 84, 85 rated cards and make a list. If you all go and buy Azpilicueta, you'll screw each other up. There's nothing I can do about that. Make sure you're buying different cards. But even at a lower end, for those of you that have masses of coins, someone like a Marcos Alonso and players like this, sort of rare fullbacks in the Premier League and other leagues, these tend to do quite well. You want 81s, 82s realistically. But Marcos Alonso sitting on the market at the moment at 1,800 coins. He's an 81 rated card. He's going to be packed quite often tonight during rewards. He's someone you can pick up relatively easily at 1,000 coins. I've done it plenty of times before. And then flip him on the next day for sort of 15, 16, 1,700 coins. Or you hold until a daily SBC comes out or an SBC that acquires him and you get more for him. And they're the sort of players that I really like investing in because you can mass invest in these guys, hold them for a day or two, and then flip them on for very, very good profit. But that's fodder investing in a nutshell. Again, don't all go out and buy the exact same cards because what will happen is you'll all buy the same cards, you'll all then mass list them, it'll bring the market down and you won't make profit. You have to think outside the box. Think of other cards, Tagliafico, Onana, all those sort of cards. They're the ones you need to be looking at. If you all go and buy the same cards, you'll end up screwing yourselves over in the long term because you're all going to be battling each other to sell them. But that's fodder investing. Going to talk a bit more about some other methods in a second. I will see you then. Alright, so those of you who watch this channel consistently know earlier in the week I brought out a video where I explained to you guys that by investing into rare golds for major leagues, you can either save yourself a lot of coins in terms of the upgrade packs when they come out, or basically if you really want to invest en masse in rare golds for major leagues, you can basically do the Team of the Year upgrade packs for free. Now, if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. But rewards are your time to start investing into these players. So at the moment, Premier League rare golds are all about 1,000 coins, maybe a bit more than that at the moment because there's not much supply. So 1,100 here. We do not want to buy these cards at 1,100 coins. That increases our risk. But during rewards, all these cards get put up. And again, a lot of people mass list these cards when they open them in packs for bids on them, so we can bid on them, or massive undercuts. They'll see a Wesley and just list them for 700 coins. You can pick those up and snipe them. It is hard work. However, you will see the reward when Team of the Year comes round. Picking these cards up even now gives you profit. Because we know realistically these cards are selling for 1,000, 1,100 coins. So yeah, when we get supply, the market might drop off slightly in them, but eventually that supply stops, people take them off the market rises again. So if you guys are the guys that watch that video and are thinking, right, I want to start going undersigned this week and doing it, Squad Battle Rewards is your time to start doing that. What it allows you to do is, number one, when they come out at midnight, if you're awake at that point, there aren't as many people in the game, there's less competition. Number two, if you're up at 9 o'clock in the morning, again, people are working, doing schoolwork, there's less competition. But it also means that throughout this week, if we get an SBC that requires rare players, or as people start to do league SBCs, which is another point we're going to talk about in a second, people start to stack pack for Team of the Year, they're going to need to use these cards. So no matter what happens, they're a relatively safe investment, so long as you buy as close to discard price as possible. The other side of that as well is the gold commons. They do very, very well at this point in the game as well, with squad battle rewards, all that sort of stuff. These gold commons here do extremely well. I mean, that stagic's probably gone by now. You can literally sit there, compare price back out as they pop tonight, and pick cards up and do whatever you want to do in terms of that. But again, if you check the price of these cards as they're going up, you can bid on these cards, mass bid on them. You can also snipe them up, And again, you can hold them for when we get the upgrade packs, or you can wait until the supply stops and sell them on for profit, because loads of supply, price comes down. Loads of supply, prices come down. Less supply, prices come up, and we can sell them on. And it's really easy way to boost your coin total without too much effort, too much market knowledge, without too much risk, which is the most important thing for those of you that are new to trading. And that's vitally important. Now, when we talk about League SBC method, you guys know, massive advocate of it, have been all year. There are also silvers that we can think about tonight as well. This week, in my opinion, we see a lot of the League SBC cards go up. Now, the Bundesliga and Serie A keep being mass supplied by EA. But I genuinely believe that the more this week goes on, the more that people start to think about pack stacking for Team of the Year, because we're seeing it much more on Twitter now, silver prices rise. Because all these silver cards are going to continually be taken off the market. Taken off, taken off, taken off. And as they get taken off, I don't think EA are really going to give us massive supply back. Does that mean we just buy willy-nilly? No, we don't. Again, go and check the prices. If you're not sure, there's a video on my channel with all the silver investment guides. Tells you guys the teams to look at and those sort of things. But we can be buying into those cards relatively easily Monday, Tuesday this week, especially with Squad Battle Rewards, and then selling them on as the week progresses, because I don't think EA are really going to supply that much silver content this week in terms of making it easier for us to stack packs. That's not what EA want. When Team of the Year comes out, EA want us to basically go out and spend our hard-earned money on FIFA points. So they're not really going to supply us too much. We've not had any silver supply now, I believe, since last Thursday. So we're now on Sunday. It doesn't surprise me. It's exactly what I expected EA to do. Premier League silvers are your best bet at the moment because there's so much demand for them. But make sure whatever you do, you are looking at other leagues. It just means buying in lower than they are. The Bundesliga, it saw quite a decent rise last week and it's dropped back off again now. You want to be buying in. If you're looking at Union Berlin, for example, my max price on most players from Union Berlin is 1,000 coins, if that. But you stack up on them, they add up very quickly. That sort of 300-400 coin profit adds up. And again, if you got them, and later in the week we get no silver supply and those prices keep coming up, you can make big money on those cards because there's going to be no supply and people are desperate to stack packs up. You see it all over Twitter right now. It's a massive thing to look at. Final thing I want to talk about is Weekend League sell-off and how we can be making coins from that alongside Squad Battle Rewards. So I will be right back. Alright guys, so as I mentioned earlier on, Squad Battle Rewards falls at the same time as Weekend League sell-off. And what happens with that is, people sell off their Weekend League teams throughout Sunday into Monday. They sell off all the Weekend League teams. At the same time as that, we're getting pack supply from Squad Battles, which brings the price of cards down. So now this is when we look at low-end meta cards. So if I give you an example of one right now, if we look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's one that I've always liked to look at, Wan-Bissaka. If we look at his price in the market at the moment on Xbox, I think it's just under 8,000, but he might have risen a little bit today. So he's 8,400 coins plus on the market. If we just flick it up a little bit more. 8.5, 8.4, right? When we look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka right now, that's his price because people are still playing Weekend League, people are still playing Champs, and they're interested in... Let's buy this Wan-Bissaka here. There's a reason why I've just bought this card, I'll explain in a second. People are still playing Champs, they're not sending their teams off. However, from tonight, from 6 PM onwards, everyone will slowly but surely start to sell their teams off. And with that means the whole market in these cards comes down. So Semedo, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Llorente, it all comes down. And then as people sell their teams, they'll go onto FootWiz and they'll check what those cards sell for. So someone like an Aaron Wan-Bissaka, they'll go, right, he's selling for 8,400 coins. I'll list him for that. Loads of people are going to be getting those cards, doing the same thing, undercutting each other and listing them up. But they'll be listing them up with shadows and hunters on them. And this is the most important point you can make. Do not go and start buying in at 5, 6 o'clock. Watch the market steadily come down as time progresses throughout tonight. It won't be like a massive crash, but it will steadily decline as the day goes on into Squad Battle Rewards. We want to be picking up these cards at that low point when it goes, alright, it's not really going down anymore. We want to go on the market, we want to look at Wan-Bissaka and Semedo and people like that and check out their prices with shadows on them. Now, as an example, I bought into Semedo's on the trading 1 to 5 million series, and I bought into him with shadows on him at 5,000 coins last week. If you look at him now, he's 8,100 coins. Now, this is him inflated like mad because of Weekend League, so if you want to hold them into next Weekend League, you can make very good profit. But what he did was he went from 5,100 during Squad Battle Rewards, and then just started climbing steadily to 5.6, to 6.1, to 6.5, and he kept going up. But at that same time as he was going up, the cards that I had bought at that low point with Shadow, they were even higher than that. So yes, Semedo might have been 6.1, but he was actually selling for 6,800 with a Shadow. And I bought in en masse in those Shadows at that point. So I made 2,000-3,000 coins per card by doing that. And that's something you guys can look at tonight. And again, it requires very little market knowledge. All it requires is for you to watch the market as it progresses tonight. So if you're sitting there on 300,000 coins and you're thinking, all right, where can I put my coins here? If you see Wan-Bissaka start dropping off to 7,000 coins, maybe 6,500 coins, he stops at that point and you're seeing shadows being listed, it's usually relatively okay to buy into those points. Now, am I giving those prices for reference for you? Not at all. Do not take 6,500 coins as gospel. You need to see what the market does tonight. It's vitally important that you move down with the market and you're aware, okay, Wan-Bissaka's come down by X amount, he stopped coming down at that point, okay, cool. I'm going to buy at this point. And the reason we buy with shadows and hunters is to offset the risk. So let's say you buy into Wan-Bissaka at 6,500 coins. He then keeps dropping and goes to 5,500. You've got the security of knowing that the shadow card on him gives him extra value. So that your risk in terms of selling him is going to be lower. And that's the most important thing when it comes to chem styles. They have an extra value. People pay more for cards that have a shadow and a hunter on them than they would for the standard card. Now, you have to be mindful of the cards you're looking at here. You want cards that people are going to be using. And this is why I look quite strongly to the Premier League for this. Because most people do run Premier League players in their team. It's the strongest league on this game. So you have to be looking at that. Premier League is really where I think the dollar is. But there are certain cards on this game. And I'm thinking people like Konrad Lehmer here, the Austrian centre CDM from Bundesliga, and Zakaria. These are cards that aren't heavily supplied on the market because people don't tend to use them. But the gaps on them can be much, much, much bigger than the gaps on someone like a Wan-Bissaka. You could be talking 2,000 or 3,000 coins. Your risk is even then lowered even greater because you know these cards have already got quite a big gap in between their normal card and a card with a shadow on it. So that's basically what you need to be looking at. So let's sum up this video simplistically for you. The first thing to do is look at fodder tonight. Check the prices throughout the evening. See what Azpilicueta does, Saul, Koke, Munayin, Callejon, Matip, all these guys. Check what they're at pre-squad battle rewards. If they come down enough, buy into them because there's going to be demand for them this week. There already is demand for them with cards like Higuain and those and Tavernier on the game. So check them and buy into them. I almost certainly, for someone like an Azpilicueta, I'm looking at 9, 10k max. Even that is a bit of a struggle. At the lower end, look for them to sort of get close to half in price, maybe 40% off of what they were before. League SBCs means that we can look at two types of things there. The rare golds, because that covers us off for the Team of the Year investment and League SBC requirements. Common golds covers us off again for the Team of the Year upgrades and League SBC requirements. And then silvers, as they're sold off, they will come down as well. We can hold, relist. And then finally, low-end meta cards with shadows and hunters on them. Mainly looking at the Premier League. Potentially La Liga Santander, that seems to be quite hot at the moment. But those sort of cards are what you need to be looking at. And again, this is not an exact science. You have to watch the market, but it doesn't require any market knowledge whatsoever. All it requires is you to know what the cards were selling for, what they're now selling for, and then look at the graph perhaps on Footbin and go, okay, cool, they did see this jump last week. That's where I'm going to buy at. That's where I'm going to sell at. Hopefully that's helped you guys to make loads of coins. I'm going to be doing these exact same methods on the 3 to 5 mil, going quite heavy in that. Going to look at special cards tonight and possibly some icons at a higher end. Same method, but higher end trading in that sense. Same method, like I say to you guys, I try and teach you guys how to trade these methods. You learn this part of the market and then you learn the higher ends and start to make big coins in the long term. But it's going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. Check me out tomorrow on the YouTube morning stream. I hope to see you all there. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.